Satnam family, welcome back to Make Your Health a Priority, where we discuss all practices to help you be your most vibrant, healthy, and thriving self. Today is the first installation of a series I'm calling How to Change Your Mind. I surveyed some of my family on Instagram. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. And with an overwhelmingly positive response, learning that a lot of you do want to learn how to change the way that you think for the better in a way that's serving you. And I did have a different post in mind for today, and then something happened that allowed me to have a very organic post to get really vulnerable, get really raw, and walk you through how I manage this experience. So let's just get into it. Today, I was slut-shamed. It wasn't the first time, I'm sure it won't be the last, but it has been a while, if I'm being honest. You know, I have done a really great job over the last few years of surrounding myself with people who really do have my best interests in mind, that are kind, that are open-minded, that are mindful, and have worked through their own toxicities and traumas of the past so that they are not projecting it onto other people. Even my social media community, it really is supportive people, even those that I've never met before, that have just always been in my corner and nothing but kind and respectful. So another version of myself, not that many years ago, could have been completely derailed by this experience. May have gone down a shame spiral, may have been really unkind to myself, have gotten extremely angry, which would impact my health, and could not only ruin one day, but sometimes multiple days, because I would have looping thoughts of anger and shame and all kinds of other feelings that aren't serving me. So what I wanted to do today is to share with you my thought-by-thought process on how I manage these kinds of experiences. And this may be somebody that you don't know that is being unkind to you. It might be somebody that you do know that is being unkind to you, or maybe you're just being unkind to yourself. Either way, I have a few steps that really help work through these moments and not only just get you to the other side, but help you grow into the other side. So the first thing you're going to want to do is check in with yourself both physically and mentally/emotionally. So for me, when I read this comment, I noticed that my heart rate went up and that my body was getting a bit warmer. And so what that indicates to me is that I was having a stress response. So the modern human body does not know the difference between an actual threat and a perceived threat. So for what was happening in my body was that I was perceiving this threat to my safety. And that can really put us down in a spiral, right? And in that loop of not feeling like enough, feeling vulnerable, feeling angry. And so the other thing that I noticed was that I was feeling angry. I was feeling very hurt. And to be honest, I was feeling very embarrassed. So I just allowed myself to notice what I was feeling and experiencing physically without passing judgment on it and without trying to change it. Just allowed myself to feel it. And then when I noticed that this person was also a female, I had an extra layer. I was actually feeling quite betrayed. I have a really outstanding, wonderful female community, and this is just not the way that we treat each other. So this was feeling a bit foreign to me. So the next step here was, finding loving kindness for this person. So if you are newer to this thought process, I'm gonna be honest, this bit might be a little bit harder. I have been working on this for about 2 years, meditating between 20 minutes and 2 hours every day. I did some meditation courses, so I've really been diving deep. And if you're not quite there yet to find loving kindness for the people that are being toxic to you, I totally get it. Don't worry about it. Just notice that in yourself and practice and work on it for next time. If you follow me on social media, you'll often hear me say that everything we do is a practice, and finding loving kindness for our abusers, assailants, or just toxic people in general can make that extremely challenging, but it's also a wonderful opportunity to really practice. So In finding love and kindness for this person, it took me to the next step, which is recognizing that this is another human being with their own set of past, their own, set of traumas, experiences, and lenses. And to this person, they feel like I was really disrespecting myself, and they couldn't fathom somebody who loved themselves and also put pictures of themselves that this person thought to be scantily clad on social media. They just couldn't possibly see how those things could go together. So I really started digging deep on this one and realized that this is a person in pain. This is a person who may have experienced some trauma. They've had their own life issues, and I'm feeling for this person. I have been that person where I was judgmental. I had a sharp tongue. I, had to have the last word because that would make me feel in control in a situation where you really don't feel in control, right? I am not in control of this person's thoughts. I'm not in control of the fact that they spew this toxicity on me, and that doesn't feel good to most humans, and that's okay. So now I truly am sending this person loving kindness because I know that they're hurting. A healthy person, and let me really repeat this, a healthy person will not put their toxicities onto you. And if they do accidentally or by reaction, then they will note it, they will withdraw, they will apologize and correct the behavior. So just keep that in mind, that this is not a healthy person that is attacking me. And so I do feel for them, and I do wish them, all of the best in finding ways to heal and to love themselves thoroughly. So that brought me to the next bit where I just had the thought, I am so lucky that I don't have to deal with bullies on a regular basis. So the next piece here is to find gratitude. So grateful that I don't have to deal with this on a regular basis. I am incredibly grateful that I have both an in-person and an online community that is healthy, that is supportive, that is kind and mindful of and to each other. So really digging deep on gratitude is another great way to get through these moments and to recognize, where to put your attention, because where you put your attention is where you put your energy. So if you're putting your attention on people that are treating you with toxic behavior, people who are making derogatory or negative comments, if you are putting your attention on people who are trying to tear you down, that's where your energy goes. But when you put your attention on, yourself and those that are kind to you and the positive experiences, it allows you to process and get through these experiences in a much more healthy way. So thank you so much for watching this video. I would love for you to tell me your thoughts in the comment. Is this information helpful for you? Did one of the pieces in particular really resonate with you? Do you have any questions? And of course, I would love to hear what your methods are for handling these kinds of situations in a healthy way. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I look forward to your comments. Satnam.